The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
Welcome to Season 8 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Fickle the Bard, Burnham the Monk, and Methuselah the Magic User begin their quest in chains, but end up in the middle of a conflict they don't truly understand. Malevolent magical forces are at work in the town of Dulasar, with defiant Dragonborn, guarded gnolls, and cunning kobolds fighting for supremacy. Will our three heroes be able to escape and discover why their life seems to be draining away? Especially as their own demons seem to be getting in the way of their progress. Sometimes literally.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 19 of season 8 of the Formal Gamer podcast. As always, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter and Google and Yahoo, and I bet you could probably ask Jeeves about us. I don't know what he'd say. Probably something very offensive. Also, we're going to be at Dragonmeet this year, so if anyone's in the UK and wants to come to a convention and meet us, then turn up to Dragonmeet, and you will be able to see us. We'll be wearing t-shirts that say The Formal Gamer on them. And I will be wearing a red rose behind my ear for the one true love of my life. But more important than any of that is that you enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. We will try and keep this episode on track and on time.
Yeah, it went a bit long last week.
And we only did one thing, really.
Yeah.
Well,
It's bad even for us.
did you actually achieve that one thing? I'm not sure.
I think we
But
did.
someone at the end said they found pears very tasty.
What does tasty mean in orc?
Good save. So.
Yeah, right back at you.
Whoa.
So,
Just before we start the episode, you're against pears then?
well, no.
You will fucking learn. So Burnham stares straight at Aruk and goes, "We are from the Order of the Pear. We are sworn to protect pears. Have you been defiling pears by eating them?"
Ah, yes, I forgot that pears mean something different down here. No, I don't eat your pears.
Ah, phew. Were you thinking of pear as in pair of shoes?
Hang on a minute.
Pears are still pears. What?
Fickle jumps into the conversation.
I come from very cold mountainous regions where there aren't pears. So
Maybe we
call...
should just leave it at that, because it seems like some strangeness has happened here.
Do you want me to roll a persuasion?
Fickle,
I think you should roll a bluff.
No, I think Fickle can see the inevitable, so decides to move the party on and says, "Chaps, big blue light, pyramid, you're an orc. Do you know any of these orcs who've been mucking about with our health?
No, I don't.
What have you heard of the struggles or unions of kobolds and orcs? Why are you here?"
I'm here searching children that were kidnapped from my village.
Oh,
How long ago were they kidnapped?
2 years.
Ah,
how did you think that they were here? What led you to this place?
I followed a trail of destruction in
Dulasar.
Dulasar.
We've been there.
That's where we started. We were in the stocks in Dulasar. We were arrested.
We haven't seen
Oh.
any orc children, but we do try and protect... Well, I certainly try and look out for minors. Apart from that little
Apart from that
dragonborn.
Dragonborn boy who we were quite dismissive of.
she was a shit though, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's
She
fine.
wasn't he?
He was
Well,
Yeah.
no one really knew its gender. With Dragonborns, you can't tell
Very
till they're
hard to
12.
tell, yeah.
Yes. Until their colour, the scales change. Well, I'm going to use some of my insight power and my arcana. Just all of my great skills roll up into one. This frail old orc from the mountain says he's lost children 2 years ago. And we are fighting orcs that seem strangely without any will.
and wounded.
And covered in scars like they have been operated on by some great magical force. May it be that these orcs are the same orcs that were kidnapped 2 years ago?
Roll it up. No.
Just lay out. Oh, fuck!
I was about to join in.
Piece of shit!
I was actually going to jump in and give you a bit of extra information that was probably quite important.
Speak on.
The children were 2 years old when they were kidnapped, and I've been searching for 2 years.
Yeah, no, but my suggestion was that they had been grown rapidly through some kind of
Magic.
Oh, okay,
We
fair
haven't
enough.
seen
But
it.
now I think about it, probably not, actually. I was just
However-
getting carried away.
However, 6 orc children were kidnapped 25 years ago as well.
Oh, you could have... Okay, well, that's interesting.
Would they recognise you? Do you remember them, or did they grow up around you?
Yes, I would.
So
But
let's.
would they recognise you? Because they were 2 years old. I mean, that's more of a DM thing than you. I don't know if you...
No, I don't.
Yeah, no.
Tully, what do you think?
I think I'm having a
Tully is
breakdown.
the mastermind behind this plan.
Oh, if it turns out
No.
Tully's the bad guy, that'd be amazing.
But I could
Head
recognise them
fuck.
from tribe scarring.
No.
Yeah, no. I
Don't-
feel like that's
may-
my background.
Tribe scarring?
Yeah.
Well,
Each tribe has, like, scars cut into them at birth. Ish.
Where?
On their skin.
When did this happen?
That's what
no,
happens in
no.
the mountains.
No.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't recognise them, according to the
You
DM.
might the only thing you might... You
Because there's a
might
corpse we could look at.
Yes, that works, doesn't it? It's only slightly bloated from the decay.
And burnt.
Yes! Yes, do you recognise this corpse?
We're not near the corpse right
Yeah,
now.
there's
I
no
think you
corpse
saw it
here.
earlier. Because
Oh.
someone
didn't do
disturbed
very
the
well with
body
my
and disturbed the
investigation.
trap on it. That was him.
Oh, how curious.
The only way that you might, Arik, the only way that you might recognise him is you might recognise facial features from other orcs that were their parents at the time who would have been your
Okay.
compatriots.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
well-
say that the tribal scarring occurs at a later date, maybe near puberty or something.
You do your thing.
Okay,
Okay, we can go with that. It's a maybe.
okay,
It's a maybe.
okay.
Okay.
So, we've established I'm a great wizard with many powers, that you're an old orc that has a tribe with a history with a very poor child safety history.
That
I'd
is the
say that's
pizza.
right.
That's not another Robin turning up.
So, ancient orc, you must have many a questions, and we have many a answers. For I am a great wizard!
I do. Methuselah. That's your name, is it?
Yes, the great Methuselah.
Wonderful. You seem to know what's going on at the temple. Tell me more about this.
Well, these bastard kobolds have a leader called Mooncrack of some sort. Some call him Mooncrack the Doomfist. Some call him Doomcrack the Moonfist.
And does he have orc protectors?
He bloody does.
I've heard of them.
Well, I told you about them just a couple of seconds ago.
He's got one less than when he started.
Yes.
And how many does he have?
Oh, well, we've seen one with a number 3 on his chest.
Yes,
So at least 3.
they seem to have scars on their chest which looks like they could be numerics.
Where will I find him?
The
And
orcs?
them.
Well, the orcs stay in the temple during the night. They sleep in cages.
During the day, they sleep in cages.
Yes. During maybe the very late morning and then
Yeah,
into the day.
Yeah.
It's kind of a staying up late and sleeping in deal. And in fact, we originally could not understand why they slept in cages. Perhaps these were the cages that they were indoctrinated in
Oh,
from
indeed.
children.
What if they've had to use the children to create the blue light?
What are the blue lights?
The blue light is a ray that steals life force.
From us.
Yeah, they stole our fucking life force.
But it must be a powerful and perhaps a necromancy magic.
Yes.
I must see these orcs.
Well, we can show them to you, but...
Should we team up?
Well, I think that's implied. Is it not, old man?
Yes, I think it is.
Hang on, what?
I'd say let's all put our hands in a ring and say...
For the pairs.
Not that.
No.
Say, yay, team, go.
Once again,
No, I prefer for the pairs compared to yay team go.
Okay.
That's settled then.
Let's say, yay, team, pairs, go. And Pickle puts her hand in the middle.
I mean, I'm worried about the semantics of that sentence.
I feel this is the best compromise. Do you want to add any words? You can add one word.
No, I think it's good we get this over done.
Okay, hands all in.
Yay.
Yo.
Yay, team birds! And as my hand is in there, a lizard emerges, and all of our hands, and the lizard stands on his back legs and waves his front legs in the air.
What colour is he?
He's black. Always bet on black. I've forgotten your name, my frail orc friend.
My name is Arak Wiakola.
I just call you Arak for short.
Wonderful.
No!
There's an old catchphrase coming back in there. That was Sotru's catchphrase.
What was that?
Wonderful. That was,
Really?
Yeah, Sotru always used to
Oh
say
crap!
that.
Then I say.
And that might be a Robinism.
Yeah, I think that's a
Robin
character thing.
Good choice.
I like how long is he to think of a word that wasn't wonderful?
I like the wink.
And you ended with good choice.
Wink.
When you were coming up with his name, did you dally over Soruk for a long time?
I don't remember how I came up with it. I was in the shower, and I think I thought of Coca-Cola.
Yes.
No, never!
How did you get to the Arak bits?
I don't remember. I think it
How
just
did you
sounded
get-
good.
How did you get Burnham?
Burnham, because I thought Bert was the most boring name in the English language, so I just did a variation of Bert.
Well, this is a strange aside. Talking about your parents deciding on your birth names. Very strange. So, you want to see these orcs. The problem is they're inside the temple, which is heavily guarded.
And there's lots of naughty kobolds around.
Yes, it'd be difficult getting you in there, my friend. However, there is a unfortunately deceased orc that maybe you could inspect the body of, and then you could see if this is one that has been stolen from your tribe.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, did you find the bodies earlier when you were hunting for me? Because I thought they'd been disturbed.
I did.
Did you recognise that orc?
I did not.
No.
But I was a little tired. Maybe we should go back and check again.
Oh, yeah, okay. If staring at the dead bodies of orcs doesn't upset you in any way, we'll go and have another look.
Well, I think he's probably over the loss of these orcs, given it was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, it's the pain is probably dulled, but it's still there.
Yeah, and this one only died recently, but, you know, in his head it's been dead for a long time.
Well, exactly. Yes.
Okay, let's go and look at a corpse of maybe one of the children from your village.
Again.
Again.
Yep.
So I lead the way back, I guess.
Okay. Stealth checks if you want, or just movement.
As this big a group of
I
us,
think we'd struggle.
yeah, it's gonna struggle to be all stealthy. We can try and go slowly.
Just slowly. Surely.
That would be another way around it, yes?
Yeah, I think we'll just take our time. So maybe should we have Tully take the rear, and I'll go a little bit ahead.
As
so
you
I'll
command,
scuttle-
Burnham.
I'll do a little scuttle perception, make sure the coast is clear, and then wave you lot along.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you take your time about it. You make your way there. Are you staying close to the forest edge near the open area, or are you moving further in?
I think we'd want to be. Do you want to
Safest houses.
be? Yeah, which is safe would be deeper, wouldn't it?
Okay, you've got no view in towards the temple, but you make a long looping route round that takes a significant amount of time, longer than it would if you were just going to stealthily rush through. But you make your way there, safe and sound, and you approach, and you can't see anyone in this part of the clearing where you hid the bodies.
But the body's still there.
Elder Wikola, what is your position within your tribe? Why have they sent you? Are you their finest warrior?
I was, not sent.
Yes, it was a vocation for you.
A hunting party went after the kidnappers, and 2 days later all their bodies were found on an ice river.
Oh shit! Really, quite a lot of losses for your little village then.
Quite a lot. The village decided that the children were lost. I decided to pursue it anyway, alone.
Noble of you. Strong-minded, perhaps.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Interesting. And what power do you have? Are you a warrior?
I am a shaman
Ooh, a shaman.
of my village.
Okay.
Don't be ashamed of them. They just did the best they could.
Oh, pillow.
No pillow.
Pillow in the face.
I feel feel like this has happened before.
We've had to set up a pun punishment.
Right, fair enough.
You're not a warlock. Oh, yeah. You're not a warlock, are you? You're a shaman.
I am a shaman by name only.
But your name is Aruk.
Yes.
As a title.
Okay.
My title is Burnham, and my name is Burnham.
Oh,
And Tully's title is Tully.
But his name's not Tully.
that's
What is
somewhat
his name?
confusing.
I don't know. We renounce our names when we start, but people don't mind me not renouncing mine because it is Burnham. But before I was a Burnham, I couldn't tell anyone. It was awkward.
What's your name, Tully?
what-
Do you remember?
We renounce it.
I have no memory of this. There is simply the golden pair.
Well, you clearly have a memory of it, Tully.
I do not wish to remember.
Oh, okay, that's another thing
Tully,
altogether.
how noble you are.
It's a bloody another thing altogether, isn't it?
Paul, Aruk, do you want to join a religion?
What religion is this?
The religion of the golden pair. You worship the words of the leader. You could start as a bell-bottom, work your way up to be a magnum, then a Tully, then a Burnham, maybe even a high top or an Elton.
It sounds lovely, your religion.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me more?
Well, because everyone's heard it multiple times on the podcast. So, I'll explain it briefly. We love pears.
But where are we going, chaps? Shall we all go and find this trapdoor?
So
We're
we
here
are,
at the Orc. He's going to inspect
Oh
it.
yeah. So,
Yeah, so-
Fickle kind of remembers where they were piling all the corpses and proceeds slowly creeping through the forest.
I think we got there.
Yeah,
You were there.
we bloody got there.
Fickle points at the corpse.
Hey, where were you the last 5 minutes?
I don't even think she was on her phone. I don't know what happened.
I was behind a pillow for amazing pun work.
Oh, right, yes.
so I'm going to do an investigation
Praise
Again.
the Lord.
on the body. I got a 19.
Wow. Big rolls.
Plus a 3, 22.
This is a burnt, charred corpse. Looking at it, age-wise, it comes within the sort of realm of possibility that this would be one of the people from your village. But with the burnt, charred face,
Hard to tell.
it's hard to tell.
Okay.
How
Is that
did
you
this
burning
corpse
his face?
Yeah, it's strange. Strange dealings around here.
The orc is the right age, but I can't confirm for definite.
Interesting.
We must go into the temple.
It's tricky going into this. Maybe we can. The Orcs come out during the day. Maybe we can just hide and watch for them.
We can make a secret shelter no one can see inside.
Wonderful.
Well, like Fickle can.
We do not know where they will go though. They may not go close to the shelter. We have to hide the shelter within a bush. It's not like a shelter that is in itself
No.
secreted.
It's like a hut we can see out of, but no one can see into.
Perhaps
but-
you could use your magic to make it invisible, Methuselah.
Well, yes, but that's against the law of nature. Karmically, someone will have to pay in a different way. You cannot do a spell like that. It is not trivial. It will attract lots of it anyway. I meant to say, Arukwigola. If you in the forest, just by the way, if you see a rug or a chest, don't go near it.
Yes.
Don't go near it.
Yeah, red rugs are dangerous.
Yes.
Okay.
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 Good,
Glad
no
you've not got any-
questions
questions
follow-up.
about that. Good.
No follow up. That's fine. It's difficult. We could sneak you in, or I don't know.
We think the top of the temple is where the older orcs live, but there's an underground. Have you seen the trapdoors?
I haven't been anywhere near the temple yet.
So in the forest there are trapdoors into the underground base of the temple, where it seems the kobolds are living and working, and they have made strange contraptions or magic things, or I didn't really work out what they were, but they have stones that come alive and attack you.
Yes, it's all a bit weird.
Only
around
about
here.
this big.
Yes, it's very weird.
They weren't dangerous, more than
So
annoying.
the ones down in, just because perhaps I didn't make this clear, the ones on the actual staircase that you came
They were
across,
bigger, weren't they?
They were a lot bigger, yeah.
And didn't have eyes.
I think I found baby ones.
Somebody's perception when it was all happening wasn't very good, so
Okay,
you don't
fine.
know, they might have had eyes.
I ran straight past them, ignoring them.
Fair enough. Perhaps, maybe. I mean, how is your stealth, elderly, frail orc.
As you might have guessed, not very good.
Okay, well, that's going to be tricky to get you in there to see the orcs. Perhaps our goals overlap. We have a plan to take out this monstrosity of a kobold manacle magician. We are going to sneak down into the temple, down into the depths of the temple tonight. And while he is doing his ritual where he steals life force, we will turn off the machine that will elevate him into the sky. And when the machine is turned off, he will fall to his death.
I thought we were going up the top and throwing stuff down on him.
Well,
is it too?
we haven't quite decided, but I think that's a really bad plan, because I think he will just not ignore the stuff we throw at him.
What if it's really heavy?
Yeah, but then that's on
Like an
Burnham and
anvil.
Tully to pick up this giant rock, and they're actually quite small. And they only have 12 strength, so, like...
Well, only 12, says the man with only 8.
We have the strength of the pair.
Yeah, you do, but, yeah, that's great and all, but is that going to pick up rocks?
Well, it's going to pick up you and throw you
And-
at them.
well, okay, well, hang on. Number one, I've got strength of 10, and number two, where are you going to get the rocks from?
No,
Are you
we
going
should
to
get-
pick up the possessed rocks?
We
The
could
strength of 10 men?
We could get burning rags and put oil down
Yeah,
there.
I mean, these are shit ideas, aren't they? Like,
Oh.
well, I am a husband, so... Look, the thing that I've learned from D&D is setting fire to stuff isn't nearly as good as it always sounds like it will be. Turning off the machine, I think, is the way forward. And...
I mean, you do have historically set quite a lot of stuff on fire.
Yes, I have! And does it destroy these things instantly like it should? No,
Look
it
at this
doesn't.
orc, for instance.
Well,
Let's all look at the orc corpse again.
well, hang on, that also needed a Burnham to karate kick it off a fucking stairwell, didn't
No
it?
need to swear, darling.
yes.
No need to swear. We won't go up to the top of the pyramid. We'll do your plan. Even though we spent a lot of time in that temple and seen nary a sight of a machine. Let's
Yeah,
go.
because it's in the ground. But why I think these plans could overlap is I'm willing to bet that those orc children, one of their locations could be is underground.
Yeah,
There's
we
an
know there's no
underground.
orc children in the top bit. We've been up there. We looked in
Yes.
every single room. One room had poo. One room had fruit. One room was broken. One room had machine parts. One room had clothes. One room had documents. One room had a rug that attacked us and a chest that bit us. And I can't remember the final room.
Can I roll an insight to see if I believe these guys?
Yeah.
No, I've not even thought about lying.
5. I don't think I have a clue.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
It's a pretty weird story.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think my character's going to believe you anyway.
So, essentially, if these orc children are anywhere here, they're at the bottom of this temple underground.
It sounds like coming with you guys is a good option for me to investigate.
Good choice! Good choice. Wonderful!
Wonderful.
When are we going to try and get underground? Because we think the temple is full during the day, Mr. Orc, and then we think at night it gets maybe slightly more empty. So we're trying to decide, and there's been a bit of disagreement, whether it's best to try and go down the temple during the day, when it might have people in it, but we'd be able to learn a bit more, or whether it's better to go down at night, when it's empty, but it might be easier to sneak through. What do you think?
I would imagine perhaps night is the better option.
Oh, okay, I was a night person.
I vote for night as well, yes. When they all move out in their procession, we go down there, swat any kobolds remaining, and then we pick our moment to attack. The other reason I think to go underground is that even if we do squash Mooncrack, this kobold monster, from the ceiling of the temple, this may not get our life force back. What if our life force is stuck underground? One of these machines, or one of these in a spell gem or some such.
We could, I guess, do a double attack on each end. We could
Yes,
have two
that's
of us go for the top.
essential.
Oh, yes, the
three.
DM would really like that.
Yes, DM would. Maybe me and Tully wait at the top while you three go down.
This is risky though. You are the stealthiest among us.
Well,
and
Fickle's stealthier than me.
okay, that's good. But you're also you're the heavy lifters in the combat.
That's why we lift up the heavy rocks.
The cannon fodder, I would say.
Tully, do you fancy coming underground with us all?
I will do as Burnham or the pair command.
Let's just go underground and get stuck in.
Okay,
Come on, lads.
I was only trying to make sure everyone's plan got done. I'll go underground. I'm much rather going underground because there's kobolds down there to punish to death.
Exactly.
I am scared of us being split apart. For although we have our differences, we have proven together we are stronger.
Exactly. We must stick together until we have our life forces, and then I will endeavour never to see you all again.
Until you join our religion.
But
Well,
what about
let's
your
not go.
wife?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
What about your wife?
Well, obviously,
Fickle's standing there with her arms folded, tapping a foot.
the old ball and chain will come with me, obviously, because it's not like we have a sham marriage going on here. You know, this is legit as it gets.
Maybe we'll get our own ranch full of pink and purple horses.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, I've
yeah,
got some ideas for the decorations in the room.
there
so
are
we
some
should talk
things
about
you
that.
might not know about me that I should have mentioned before we were married, but yes.
Well, we did say that we would only spend a couple of weeks a year together. Come on, let's go.
I feel like this is
Right, let's go!
it's definitely demonstrating the legitimacy of our marriage.
Quite.
Oh, yes. We'll get to the bottom of this.
So, do we just
Sally,
wait?
I need you to seduce someone. Methuselah.
I'm up for it. I'll do it. So, do we hide in a tent again until the procession comes out?
Would you be willing, Mr. Orc, to hide with us inside a magical tent?
Yes, I would.
That's good.
It's
I'm
actually-
very trusting.
It's actually a magical hut. It's Liam's.
Oh, sorry.
Liam's
Sorry.
magical hut.
It's a magical hut. Is that better or worse?
I think it's.
I think it's probably the same.
Where will we put the hut? The same place as the last time.
Near to the trapdoor that we want to go in. We probably want to go into the trapdoor which leads us to the lower of the donuts.
Maybe a little bit further away because we don't have to physically touch any of
Yes,
the orcs
yes.
this time.
Yes.
Because last time that one orc did try and throw a rock at the hut, and it was only his awful roll that made him not find where we were.
Are you still connected to that orc?
No, I've stopped concentrating on him.
Oh.
He's
we had to
lost
see.
to me. I'd love to touch some more,
If
but...
Methuselah touches someone, he can see through their eyes.
Well, don't tell him that.
Why?
Oh,
He's our friend now.
that's good to know.
Yes, but I still like to spy.
I know. That's why I'm making sure you can't.
All right.
Let's have some group honesty for once.
That's never got us anywhere.
Well, honesty about a marriage might get us somewhere. Fickle, where should we make the huts? As this is your hut.
So we're going to go as close to the trapdoor as we can, where there's still lots of foliage.
What's the same trapdoor or the other one? Sorry.
The deeper
A
one.
deeper one.
Yes.
So the way you were before.
Yeah.
I mean that you would still be able to. You'd be able to go back to exactly where.
I think so. Previously, they walked past it. Mm-hmm. Can we put it the other side of the trapdoor where they won't walk past it? We think.
Yeah,
where they
behind
historically
it,
haven't.
That's a
Yeah,
good
behind
idea,
it.
yeah.
That's nice.
Because then they won't. There'll be no need to cross it then. Yeah, so we'll do it there in the big bush. I think.
And this is a trapdoor that leads underground.
Yes.
Under
Yeah,
the
see, there seems to be
temple.
some sort of giant cylindrical sort of levels underneath the temple.
Okay.
And so we've seen at least 2 levels, and we know there's a third because there's a set of stairs going down. But unfortunately, when I saw that set of stairs, instead I flipped over a cage of sentient rocks and ran away. In a moment that wasn't my finest planning. So my achievement was getting down there, letting out some rocks and running out again.
Okay, cool.
It's well done. So I guess we're going to wait it out. I mean, I could try and touch some more things, but I feel like that would be wouldn't really get us anywhere. I've also could cast a ritual that means I can comprehend languages as well, which I maybe should have used earlier. But you know, it was quite busy at the time.
Yes.
How long does that last if you
It lasts for like an hour.
Maybe you want to wait.
do
to
that
cast
just
it.
before we go?
Do you
in?
have to hear them talking for that to work?
No, it bloody says that I'm just really smart. Like I bloody understand them anyway.
Right. Well, so me and Tully will start to dig out the little trench for the hut again to get it a bit lower down.
So sorry, are you casting that? Is it a concentration? Is it a ritual? What is
It's
it?
casting time as one action. It's a ritual. I do it on myself, and it lasts for an hour. I can you understand any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see.
Does it burn?
You must be touching the
burn
surface.
a spell slot, or is it a concentration, or how does it work?
It's
Is
a
it
ritual.
It's a ritual.
Oh
So
right.
rituals don't burn a spell slot.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So I assume you want to start stealthing as you get towards.
Hang on a minute. Did we leave a massive trench for the last? I thought we agreed not to do a trench. Because now there's going to be a massive trench where we left the last.
It wasn't massive because we didn't have time to dig it, and I think we just filled it in with because when
We
it
don't
goes
need
away.
a trench. I think we just find a big load of bushes
Yeah,
and
we
trees.
Okay, put it in the bushes, and then me and Tully will cover it in more shrubbery, as is our job.
I help with the shrubbery.
There would have been a scar left from where it was, but unless someone was really thinking, oh,
While they're trubbering up the hut, I try and cover over
The
the
previous.
previous.
okay.
Just brush the grass up a bit, drag a few branches across it, that kind of stuff.
Okay, you do that.
DM's taking his hat off, listeners.
Oh, I put it back
it's
on.
back
Back on. It's fine.
What's he doing?
While you're doing that, you can start to hear the sound of the trapdoor opening.
Oh, shit balls. I quickly messaged husband.
Oh, yes.
Trapdoor's opening. Hide. And I
Everyone hide!
throw myself onto the ground and stay very still.
Roll a stealth. So is everyone else the other side of the trapdoor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you tell us to hide?
Yes, we're hide, everyone. Bloody hide! Action!
Oh, 20.
You are
Plus 4, 24.
hidden.
I am so invisible right now. But I don't say that, obviously.
You see an orc.
I message. I can see an orc.
Keep your
I can
eyes
see an
out.
orc.
Keep your eyes peeled.
So what's this message
Yes,
thing?
dear.
It's a
They've
silent
got like
message.
a telepathic link.
Ah, right, okay.
Like she can do it with other people, but she only ever does it with us.
We're married now, kind
Yes.
of ish.
Yes.
Would that be like cheating if you did this to someone else?
Maybe.
Yes, it would be. Yes.
I get.
Don't dare.
Unless it
So-
was outside of those 2 weeks.
No.
Well,
Well,
a day and a
together per
half.
year.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh, we have to talk about that.
yes.
I'm down with that.
Probably not now, though.
I mean, yeah, now is definitely the time to talk about that.
So I see an orc, so I say, I see an orc.
And two kobolds come out.
2 kobolds.
The two kobolds stay by the entrance, and the orc moves off towards the temple.
The kobolds are by the entrance. The orc is heading towards the temple.
Eyes peeled, we caller. Can you see that orc?
I can.
Does he look like he resembles your tribe?
So what would that be? Perception? Investigation?
I
Insight?
think at this point he's kind of going to be walking away from you. So what?
Does he walk a lot like your uncle?
Yeah, I
It's a
think
bit
this would be
difficult
a.
to-
But you can try perception. It's going to be a difficult roll though.
It's not going to happen.
Was that 5?
It's 9. Plus his
You're not sure.
It's like +1 to 10. Yeah.
You can't tell.
Fair enough.
No,
Well, you don't recognise him.
not from the back.
Yes, it's too far away, really, isn't it? Yes, I don't think there'll be any way to get closer without risking compromising our position.
So are we whispering right now?
Yes,
Because we're
this is how I
right next
whisper.
to the kobolds, aren't we?
No, we're further back.
Okay.
The hut
Meters
is
and meters away.
It's a magical hut,
Oh,
so
yes, it is.
they can't see through it, but you can see it's transparent.
But I
from
mean,
inside.
like as in hearing, not the seeing.
that is Methuselah whispering.
Yes.
Okay.
There is. I don't know how sound would travel out of the hut.
Yeah,
really.
I
Well, that's what I mean,
don't know if
because
it
we
does.
discussed visual, but not
I guess
sound.
it's sort of. I guess it at least has the ability to stop it as much as a hut would.
Yeah, I think it's muted.
Okay,
We'll look it up
fair enough.
while we continue.
Yeah. So we are in a we're just sort of in a hut.
Okay,
It's
fair
where we
enough.
are.
Okay.
I think we need to get closer for me to find out.
So
It might be easier to get closer when it is night time. I know you'll have to wait, but you've already waited 2 years, so what's another 8 hours?
Wise words, little one.
You.
as you watch this orc, he moves towards the temple, and he's about halfway across the open space. You see who's watching.
I think we all are.
Yeah, I think we all
intently.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no. If we're in the hut, there's no real
Well,
harm in
it's
just
just-
keeping an eye out.
5. There's still the two kobolds have stayed where they were.
Yeah.
You see the orc walking towards there, and you see a flash of what looks like something that you recognise that could be the carpet running out of the door of the main temple, swiftly followed by 2 kobolds and another orc.
Oh, that's the possessed carpet that tried to strangle us earlier.
It almost suffocated me to death.
Yes, you have to go. Let's watch this one. It doesn't look like it's going to fare particularly well.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Okay. The carpet sort of jumps down off the edge where other listeners might remember the orc was kicked before. And the kobolds run after it. It sees the orc in front of it and makes towards the bushes where the butterflies were. Aruk, you won't know what this is, but perhaps later the others will tell you.
Don't go near those bushes. The butterflies are fucking idiots.
Oh.
No, it really hurt you, and they're full of poison.
The kobolds start running after it and stop as they get within a sort of distance you might think might be dangerous towards the bushes, and you see the carpet jumping up and down inside the middle of the bushes.
It's hard to get the kind of read on the expression. Is he taunting or is he being bitten?
You then see the orc move up to the kobolds and pick up one of them and absolutely launch it towards the carpet as it's bouncing up and down inside the butterflies, and you see the carpet jump up, grab it, and then rolling around on the floor, fighting.
Good old carpet. He's got a lot of fight in him, hasn't he? He tries hard.
The second kobold you see run off and run back towards where this orc came from, so the trapdoor area, and you hear yip 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 as he's shouting towards the 2 kobolds that are standing near the entrance, and the orc running back after him towards this entrance from whence he came.
Can we get a good view on the orc now? He's running towards the entrance, towards us.
Okay, I'm going to do, again, perception or insight to see if I can see. Recognize. 3.
No, you're looking the wrong way. He's that way. You just look the opposite direction.
That's very true. I was facing the wrong way.
You don't know.
You thought that was going to save you, and you get to roll again.
That was joking.
You don't know, and the orc grabs the second kobold, launches it. I mean, these have got a good throwing arm. If there was an orc NFL team or gridiron, they'd be in it.
They'd be disqualified because everyone's a quarterback throwing the ball. Really struggle.
And this second kobold gets launched over, lands very much near the carpet, who lets go of the first kobold and then starts running off towards the forest edge, away from you. And the orc makes his way back into the temple.
So at the moment, to be clear, we have
2 orcs.
the 2 kobolds near the trapdoor near us. Mm-hmm. We have 2 kobolds in the butterfly bush being eaten by the butterflies.
Yep.
The orc has gone back inside because he's bored of the situation. And the carpet is making to his freedom.
Yes.
And the other orc attacked those 2 kobold.
Yeah, he threw them into the bush.
Yeah, we've had this before. The orcs like to throw the kobolds at people aggressive. That's their attack.
That's not a characteristic of your tribe, perhaps, throwing kobolds?
No, it's not.
Yeah, well, clearly you don't. You were quite I don't think you could throw anyone. You couldn't even throw Burnham.
I caught one of the kobolds once.
Yes, you did, didn't you? You did. He caught them when he got thrown.
Caught him in midair.
Yes, in midair.
Then I had to kill him.
Yes, you killed him.
I mean, I was out of options of what to do.
Yes. Well,
That's true as well.
well, party, I believe our options are we can go after the carpet and woo it, maybe capture it in some way, and then we can use it at a later date. We could beat these kobolds up, but I don't really see what that gets us. I could try and touch something, but I don't see what that gets us. That would compromise our position. I think probably...
Maybe we could try and reason with the kobolds, and if they're slaves to the orcs, we could organise a revolution, which would help when we come to the end game.
I definitely don't think that fits in with the paradigm of the orcs being kidnapped and indoctrinated. They're not slaves to the orcs. I think the orcs are just there as meat.
Is Moongrack a kobold?
Yeah.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Oh, this whole campaign. I thought it was an orc.
Really?
Who's competing to be the new Robin?
Really?
This?
You remember that right at the start when there was this
I
little.
don't remember the start. I barely remember the last episode.
You should listen more.
I should get off my phone, really.
No, I just mean to the podcast.
It's all the pillowing. It's stopped
true.
the oxygen
It's
travelling
quite
to my
bad,
brain.
yeah. It's bad for causing
Well,
concussions.
Yeah, and it was Mooncrack in the Beam of Light was a kobold.
I thought that was a band, Mooncrack and the Beam of Light.
Yeah, it would be a good band.
That was the Blue Light Brigade.
Oh yes, the Blue Light Brigade.
His personal guard.
So I feel that probably the best course of action is to stay steady. Carry on with our plan. Although I did enjoy the hijinks of these kobolds being thrown around.
Is there time for a little sleep?
I suppose. And a meal.
Well, there's time for us to go through some more of our
Well,
emotions.
at the moment, you're not going to be able to continue doing. You're not going to be able to sort of cover up your hut at the moment because you've got 2 kobolds quite nearby.
No, we're just hiding in the hut.
Well, I mean, the hut was cast
have
in
you-
a bunch of bushes, wasn't it? We
Oh, I
tried to
suppose,
find
yeah.
it covered as place
If you
as
wanted
possible.
to, what I'm saying is, if you wanted to make it any more secure or hidden.
No, we'll just wait until those kobolds.
Yeah.
Get killed by the carpet.
Yes. I mean, if the carpet comes close, we'll definitely try and get him on side.
I would love to get that bloody carpet.
But he, like,
What do carpets eat? Can I do a roll to see if I know what carpets eat or how to?
Yeah, we haven't really discussed what this
how
magic
to-
carpet's
how to
doing.
drive
Is this like a
carpet?
nature moment? That
I guess
kind
it's
of doesn't
nature.
really make sense?
is it
Magic?
Arcana?
Or history? I might have
History.
a song about the carpets.
You sell it however you want.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what rugs munch.
Oh,
How crass.
Get out.
pillows.
I'm going to do an Arcana check. 10.
I'll put that to the group. What do you think carpets eat?
Well, I don't know. We don't know if it's an actual carpet, an animated
it's an
carpet,
animal
or
or
a
is
creature
it
that looks like a carpet.
Yeah, it's a
Why don't
magical
you do an
chaos.
Arcana roll,
I bloody
husband?
will. I bloody will.
Yes.
The mimic was.
Fickle and Methuselah have a chat about what they know.
I got 16. Do I think this is actually a creature that's alive, or do I think this is just magic that's
Because the mimic
animated?
isn't a chest that's been brought alive. The mimic is a creature that
Yes.
takes on the shape of a chest. But the
To eat
carpet
people.
seems to be actually a carpet. Because otherwise it wouldn't run around on its tassels like a carpet. It would give itself legs like the mimic did when it ran away. We lost the mimic.
Yeah, it's somewhere around here.
It is in the woods. So at some point, if you do see a chest, it's probably... Actually, it's a mimic. It could be anything now.
I suppose.
Yeah,
But the carpet seems to be an actual carpet.
But the mimic was like what?
So
like
you
it's trapped in a cell or something, or was just roaming around?
Yes, it was locked into a room that we bust open.
Right.
And I said, look, there's a chest there, it might be a mimic. And Burnham says, I'm going to go open the chest. I said, no, Burnham, don't open the chest. And he went and stuck his hands in the chest and it ate its hands up.
That is exactly what happened.
you would think that the carpet, the rug, would be simply programmed to try and get people.
Just to strangle people.
But it is an actual carpet.
It's a carpet that has been imbued with magical properties.
I guess it can't need to eat because it's been locked in a room for hundreds of years.
Yes.
So what could it have eaten?
Dust.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
well, there was a lot of dust in the room when we opened it.
What a feast for
Yes.
a carpet. Okay, well, I guess we just hang tight then.
So you hang tight. You hear the kobolds that are sitting near the entrance start singing a little kobold song.
Okay, near the entrance.
What does it go like?
Yes.
You're like,
Yip. I cast understand languages. I cast comprehend languages.
Okay. Yeah.
The song goes, yip, yippee.
I love these things. All right. Not being the bard in this group. Give me a second. What does it go like? Oh, how much is the fucking lizard in the wind? Or in the mirror? What?
What's happened?
That's a terrible song.
Sorry, so is that what they said?
No, it's just me having a strop when you always ask difficult questions like, how much is the most expensive potion in the shop? And
But what does the sentence, how much does that lizard in the mirror mean?
how is my brain having a meltdown?
That was
Okay, because that's a question I need to ask on the... sorry, guys. How much is the lizard in the mirror? How much?
Well, that's like, if it's my brain going, lizard, how much is the doggy in the window? And then I'm the man in the mirror, all mixed together. So the song goes, how I have to thank Rather Good for this. We light the moon because it is close to us. We light the moon, but not as much as a spoon, 'cause that's more used for eating soup. And a fork isn't very useful for that, unless it has got many vegetables, in which case you might be better off with a chopstick.
Not as easy as it looks, kids, is it? Not as easy as it looks.
I have a newfound respect for your lyrics, my fickle.
Thank you.
And all that was communicated in yips, I might add.
It's all tonal though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like yip and yip are very different words.
Oh, totally. I mean, like if you said the latter in a social situation with someone's parents,
I have, and it was the best three. No. So we like Burnham just has no idea what's happening, so he's just sitting there with Tully.
Okay. The orc comes back, and the two kobolds open the trapdoor, and they all go down inside.
Don't want another look, do you?
So what's happening with the carpet?
Carpet's gone.
We cola.
Yes, I might have another look.
Good luck this time.
Well, as they're going down.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
12 plus 1.
Yeah,
Or if it's investigation, plus 4.
no, I think
it's
this
not.
is perception. You're not sure. I mean, these are children that were stolen when they were 2.
True.
And this is like 20-something years later.
Can't you tell
25
from the
years
green
later.
of their skin?
I think you can tell from a 2-year-old, like as an adult, don't you, Methuselah?
No, that sounds ridiculous. But maybe if you're a tribe, maybe you have a slightly greyish. You seem to have a slightly greyish complexion. Maybe that's just your age. You're losing your colour.
Yeah, maybe there's like a...
So are you trying to convince me that I can recognise
Yes.
more?
I think it's nice that he can't recognise them.
And you're trying to
We're
convince me.
him that he can.
I was just adding flavour to it. We
Okay.
don't have to worry about this any longer. This temple's getting burnt the fuck down, so who cares anyway? Should we just carry on with our plan then?
We will try and save any of your adolescents, obviously.
Oh yeah, sure. After we get our life force, I'll definitely do that. Yes.
So you guys have had your life force stolen.
Oh, you haven't had your life force stolen.
How has this affected you?
We just
We lose a hit point every fucking day.
A bit tired.
Yeah, basically that one.
Bit
So
run
you're
down.
basically dying.
Yes, much like yourself in your old age. We are brought to your status of life.
Maybe lower than mine, but sure.
Well, yes, depending on how long it goes on for.
Depending on how many hit points you've got.
This is the urgency that's applied to our quest and why we're, so keen and focused.
Oh, I can see that.
Yes. So let's keep on waiting till we see nightfall in this procession.
So how many hours till nightfall? Do we know?
Well, it's quite early on, so you got most of the day. But yeah,
so
you can...
if people want to rest, they could.
Yes.
I've told, we've already had a rest, so we rested last
You spent the last 48 hours resting.
I'm going to spend the time making a hat.
Oh, right.
Wonderful. Yes, because I'm sure it's going to be magic.
Wunderbar. Describe
So
to me.
what I do is I go into the trees and I find some sharp pine needles, and I find some leaves that are very fibrous. And using my elf wood lore, I make this basically a sewing kit. And I take the magic silver fabric,
Yep.
and I'm going to use all those beautiful indigos, and I'm going to stiffen it with twigs. So it's a really, to be honest, I'm going from a pattern that I know from my people. So it's more of a witch's hat. But it's a magnificent witch's hat, and the very peak of it is...
You have witch ancestry, do you? Or did you learn that at school? In one of your
Actually,
university
funnily enough,
lessons?
I went to Bard class, and as you know, I went to Bard University. And
You don't mention it at all.
Yeah, well, I had my gap year.
Mr. Popplethorpe was quite a keen seamstress. We used to do that after classes if a few of us didn't have anything to do. And he was also a practicing witch. And we used to make...
That was lucky.
It was really lucky.
Many feathers in his cap.
Indeed.
In his
Well,
witch's
no,
cap.
actually, pine cones. I
Yes.
should be.
So because also it was a mostly girl bard college, so I don't know how to make a wizard's hat, but I've made essentially what is a witch's hat. and the sparkly silver fabric is at the very peak of it,
Okay.
and the rest of it, the body and the rim, are
Is
these beautiful...
twigs and...
No, it's constructed over woodland items, but it's rich indigos, blues...
Oh, I see. So the twigs are a structure inside to stop it flopping.
No one is mental enough to make a hat out of twigs. really.
I did not want to make a oversized beret, as was suggested. So I went for a structural hat.
Expecting that.
If my husband so desires, will be easily flammable, which I know is one of his things. So it's a double.
So what? Your head gets set on fire?
He loves burning
That
shit.
never happens once. Never once has my head been set on fire.
No, but you love to set fire to things,
Yeah,
darling.
but why would I set fire to my own hat?
Well, you might have a bad day. You might want to make a statement.
Me and Tully go off to find berries and stuff for us to eat.
Can I please
Yeah,
just
you-
describe the hat?
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's silver and indigo and navy and all those
What's she gonna roll with if she can make all this shit she's saying?
No, I just happened.
I just
That's it,
happened.
Mira No, I make the best hat ever. My character makes it perfect.
I'll let you roll with advantage because you've
Yay.
got quite a lot of time to spend to do it to see how the final product comes out.
Okay, so it's 16 with advantage, and I'm guessing it would be like a sleight of hand because it's sewing.
Yes.
So that's 20. And
Fuck, this is
even
a
though I
lovely
don't
house.
really, what is a marriage of convenience, I put as much of my heart into that as I can.
As much of your heart. Okay. You have created a very tall witch's
Really,
style.
like over tall.
Right?
Like
Alice, take notes when you're drawing this.
What, like...
Everything that Mira says here is canon.
and it actually is to match Methuselah's ego and lies. So it's
Oh,
of that
unbounding.
height.
Is
Yes.
it poking at the top of the hut?
And it's obviously it's silver and all those blue shades, indigo, purple, that we took from the junk fabric room.
Yep.
And I just hand it over and
Does
I
it have a rim?
Of course it does. It have a rim. It has a rim.
I was waiting for this, what this rib was going to be, but it's there.
It's confirming the
What kind
rim.
of job did you do on the rim? Was it good?
Get out. Boo.
Pillow him.
And I just really downplay it and I go, oh yeah, here's the hat we talked about, and I just give it to him.
This actually looks to be a fine hat given the circumstance. I will wear this. Apart from
Methuselah.
indoors, where it clearly will hit the ceiling.
Well, hey, let me take a pause there because the most important question. I know colour and content, etc., are important, but does it have a chin strap?
Yes.
Oh,
Obviously, I'll rip this chin strap right out because no self-respecting wizard will wear a chin strap.
Methuselah, look what we've done for you.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll stand the song then.
That was it.
oh, right. I see. This was the abridged version, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
Thankfully.
Yeah, Burnham and Tully, you make
Well,
your...
we're going to try and feed the group. I mean, it just seems we've been out in the woods for days now, so we're going to go and forage.
Bring back some lovely pears, please, fellas.
Those maggots. You found those maggots, which might be good.
We did. But I think they had more medicinal properties, didn't they? So we're going to look more for mushrooms, berries.
There's some
sort
outside
of-
Abu's flat.
There are. Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
If this mission is taking place near Surrey Keys, shit.
If this
tube
mission is
station,
taking
then-
place near beep, 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 beep.
Let's say you spend the time and you manage to forage such items.
Fantastic.
While you are foraging, though, roll me a perception.
3 formal game of 3.
I mean, yeah.
FG3.
You forage and
FG3.
everything is lovely.
Good. We take it back to the base.
You do. You take it back to the base.
Oh, it was the fucking carpet, wasn't it? It was the carpet was out there.
Did you see the carpet when you were out there?
No!
Cut to outside. Da, da. Carpet vision. Da, 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 da,
I
da, da.
feel, while we wait, I feel a strong urge, given this wizard's hat that I now created. It's revitalised my wizarding curiosity. I will find that motherfudging carpet!
And it gives him a +1 something, doesn't it? You were saying, the fabric?
Yes,
+1 to carpet finding.
it does. That's exactly it. +1 to carpet.
No, what was it?
He said it had magical properties, didn't
Yes,
he?
we did. Some
I
might
was
say
already
like
incredibly wise, so maybe this is one of my good days. We shall find out.
one extra point wiser.
Ooh, how
To
exciting.
his, modifier.
To his, well, he's 13, so yeah, it works out the same.
Right.
Okay, so, Burnham, did you see the carpet when you were on your ways? Any disturbances?
Didn't see a thing.
No? Was there no point you felt like you were being watched?
Literally no. To the point where it was suspiciously quiet out there.
That sounds like the carpets. Who's going to come with me to track down this carpet?
I think Aruk should go with you.
Aruk!
Aruk took a nap.
I'll come with you.
Classic.
I'll come with you.
Classic Robin.
Okay.
I'm not joining you with this shit.
Shall I wake Aruk, wake up, Aruk. I know you're old, but you only need to nap so often.
You're actually going to wake me up?
Yes. Hello, Aruk.
How dare you!
Aruk grumbles and pushes his hood back and slowly tries to get to his feet.
Now, you pushed your hood back, so what do your features look like?
Oh, you want a description of my face?
Yeah, I guess it's the first time I'm bending over your slumbering corpse.
I think he's really excited to describe his face.
Yeah.
1 second, let me get to my notes.
Oh.
Obviously,
I
always write notes on what my face looks like.
So, as you already know,
Yes.
I'm a thin, fragile orc with a
Yes.
pot belly.
Yeah.
Have you seen my head so far?
Well, you just presented it to
No,
me.
previously.
Yes, because you didn't have your hood on.
You're giving him your
Well,
head.
give
Describe
it
anyway.
to me now.
So,
We're now taking it in majesty for the first time.
my hair,
Yes.
my hair is shaved on the scalp like a medieval monk.
He just smiled to Burnham like,
No, I'm into that. There's a little bit more shaving to do.
I know.
I have a very wrinkly face, which
Yeah.
you might have already guessed.
Yes.
And it's covered in piercings. Cobalt blue piercings.
He's a kobold!
And what colour's your sort of skin?
My skin is like a greyish white.
Right. Just Alice, please take a note of this because we'll forget, and he'll lose them notes, and later on he'll be describing himself as pink.
So, like, hooped earrings all across the ears, and then like toothpick metal puncturing all along the nose and across the eyebrows, like stepladder.
Oh, very. I didn't notice how busy your face was earlier.
Very busy.
Is there some significance to all these?
And that's all I had.
piercings?
I mean, like, that must really hurt if you
thick
get punched in
rings
the
on
face.
each ear, all along the ear.
Is there any
pretty
significance to
good.
this?
It's just shamanic, isn't it?
It's typical of my tribe.
Okay, you don't get one for every
No,
You know,
it's typical
maiden
of the
you
tribe.
lay.
During puberty.
Wow.
You
Wow.
get pierced thoroughly.
You should pierce your babies and then you can track them better.
Yeah, we should have.
Anyway,
I thought we had, but clearly we hadn't.
We'll carry a big magnet round. See if the baby.
Methuselah, I'm docking you 1 husband point.
why?
I just feel like it.
For your what?
Well, that's married life for you, isn't it? You don't know why.
I'll be honest. Burnham nods and goes, "They're really married. That's exactly what I expect."
I mean, you give me this lovely hat and then you dock me a husband point 5 minutes later for no reason.
Figure it out for yourself. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Is anything wrong? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh shit, you're in trouble.
Let's go and find that flaming carpet. Come
Okay.
along.
Mikoma, would you like to come with us to track this carpet? Do you have good tracking skills?
Oh, invite your friends.
Yeah, well,
Fine.
Eric isn't sure whether he should be standing up or sitting down.
Eric, come with us. It's fine. Come with us.
Or you can sleep and we'll protect you.
Pickle starts to be really nice. to Eric.
Eric sits down and puts his hood over.
Thanks, Burnham. I could do with a rest.
So he's going to sleep then?
Yeah,
So
I'm-
he just showed up on the podcast and gone to sleep?
Yes,
Okay, after not doing anything.
after doing quite a lot for an episode and a half, I'm tuckered out.
Okay, DM, I apologise, but we'll go off by ourselves while these lot just sit in the fucking tent and sleep. If that's okay with you?
I think
It's a
we
couple's
find the
outing.
carpet really quickly. We get it to switch to our side with my massive persuasion roll, which I'll just do now.
Don't you need to find it first?
Oh,
No, that's not how Mira plays. It's much more for a DM style where
I stepped out the front door,
No.
found the rug, convinced it to come with me, and we're in the underground basement.
Welcome to our game, Robin. Actually, I think that's a terrible idea. I'm going to wait for the DM to tell us what happens.
he hasn't spoken in an hour.
Yeah, no, I mean, after what? After you rolled that botch?
Yeah. Oh, did I
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
roll? I rolled a 1.
Disgraceful.
You rolled a 1.
She sets fire to the hat.
Fickle turns to Methuselah. Now look what you've done.
I'm confused. Who's playing who now? Oh no, you are Fickle. I thought
Right. So time passes. You
Oh,
don't
it
find.
does.
You
But
don't
slowly.
find the carpet.
Oh.
You spend ages looking in the wood, and you are tired. You come back.
So glad I brought my wife with me for that. I didn't do it by myself.
Right. Yes, you
Are they
come
going to
back.
keep looking, or are you?
No, it's done now. Someone botched it. Someone ruined everything.
That's my job.
I have to say that dictation generally leads to a harder roll, but a 1 would have failed anyway.
A harder roll for dictation.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, everyone remember that listening.
Yes,
I wanted to-
maybe there's only one person that needs to remember that.
Are we
Yes,
happy
Bernard.
because the words hard and dick were used in the same sentence?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
All right. Oh, that's great. Anyway,
You lose a husband point earlier for saying something about maidens, but hard and dick's fine.
So basically, you wait until the if it is going to occur, you wait until the evening for the ceremony.
we're all back in the hut now, prepared. Should we bother waking up Sleeping Beauty over
No,
here?
we're protecting him so he can sleep.
I'm going to find
I think
some...
he might have used spells or something, so I'm going to protect him so
Yep.
he can get spells back.
I'm going to find some mud from outside and give us all, like, camouflage stripes.
No, I'm good.
I said, don't be so stupid.
If I
and
need
just do it.
camouflage, no. If I need camouflage, I'll use an
I
illusion.
made you a lovely hat.
Yes.
I've chosen mud that goes with the colours that I've slaved over.
No, I'm not getting mud on my face. It's fine.
I say fine, and then I secretly run around behind him and put it on his face.
Dictation makes for a harder roll. Go ahead. You silly person.
Oh, 1.
I think you should
Roll it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
roll it.
Roll up these boxes.
I'd be ashamed if you died.
35.
Just a miss.
You try to place some mud on his face, but he realizes and just sort of takes a step forward, and as you sort of trip over yourself, you land, and your own hands go in your own face.
Oh, what great camouflage, Fickle.
Well, when I'm safe...
It's all in the application.
Thank you, Tully. When I'm safe later,
Yes.
you might be dead.
Well, that's fine. I'll probably enter a different dimension because I'm a
trying to-
powerful wizard.
When I went down there in the evening, how bright it was, quite dark, wasn't it?
Yes.
Then Tully and Burnham allow themselves to be patted with mud because we're pale skins.
Yes, that's...
We can do it ourselves, or we'll.
I mean,
if
but
people's-
would you not be wearing the naughty kobold outfits?
Oh yeah, actually, sorry. We're gonna be we pat it and then put our naughty kobold outfits on. Over
Tully's still got a helmet on.
Tully's got his metal helmet on, but I manoeuvre the mask over his beekeeper mask over his head. Me and Tully are dressed as naughty beekeepers.
Okay.
Kobolds.
Okay.
Kobolds. Naughty beekeeping kobolds. Yeah, that's an interesting dilemma we may have had earlier that we sort of forgot about when he was tracking me through the forest.
Oh, were you still wearing the beekeeper's outfit?
Always.
Right.
That's now my outfit.
Right. Yes, we perhaps glossed over that. But anyway, so time goes forward, and it is the cusp of night time. You
Yes.
start to hear sounds from within the ground underneath you.
A rook, this is when it begins. The procession.
Moon crack. Yip. Moon crack. Yip.
I cast my ritual again. What are they saying?
Moon crack. Yay.
I believe they're saying Moongrak, yay.
Moon crack. Yay. Moon crack. Yay. And like before, 2 kobolds come out, open the trapdoor, and a series of orcs and kobolds move off in procession.
Are they in the same order as yesterday?
Yes.
So it's very like so we know it's an organised thing.
We should have put the rock back. The one that tripped over the rock.
Oh yeah.
Just to annoy him.
Can we see how many? Like numbers?
So you can see 6 kobolds, then an orc, and then 6 kobolds, then an orc, and then a further series of kobolds come out of this area. Some go straight towards the temple, and some start lining the outskirts of this clearing.
Okay. And how many orcs in total? Just 2 then, or more?
2 come out of this area.
Okay.
Could I, in my head, try and calculate how long it took previously, the ceremony? I was there watching it before. How long before they came out in the procession?
You think you've got several hours.
Right, okay.
So you started watching it maybe about 9, 10-ish, and it was still going on until about 1 or 2 in the morning.
How long before the first blue light to the end where Mooncrack came out?
Over a period in the sort of latter stages, so you're thinking like midnight to like 1 in the morning.
So there's like an hour there. Then. So maybe we should wait to see the first of the blue light come out, and then we've got about an hour to get underground before Mooncrack rises.
Because you remember from last time that there were a few of the kobolds in the temple, and then the whole place sort of packed out later on.
Yeah, we want to wait till the whole place packs out.
Yeah.
So we'll wait until that seems to be taking effect.
Yeah, the path of least resistance would make sense.
So I guess we'll wait until we see the first blue light, then we know we've got an hour roughly based previously on what we had for Mooncrack to be elevated. We want to try and time it so we can disrupt whatever's elevating him.
Okay, you wait till...
It'll be quite a tight timing.
Yep, you wait till the middle of the night.
Excuse me, it's so tired
Be in the middle of the night. You wait till the middle of the night, and that was Tully, by the way. But you wait, and a second series of kobolds come out and go off towards the temple. There are still 2 guards near the trapdoor, but you reckon that for the time that you've specified to me, you reckon it's around now.
Okay. Do we remember the guards leaving last time?
You weren't there looking, because remember, you all went back to your place, and you were only looking through the eyes of the orc who was inside the temple.
Okay.
You don't actually know what's happened outside the temple.
Should we take these bastard kobolds out then?
I'm up for it, always.
Who can stealth up?
Do you know any good spells?
Yeah, what can we do to take them out silently?
I'm not very silent, to be
Have you got any
honest.
spells that could help, though?
Yeah, like silent death. Do they teach you that one up in the mountain? Obviously not.
No.
No. I can always...
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
I can fawn whip one of them over to the tent, then we can beat him senseless, but the other one's left over.
What me and Tully can do very well is punch them to death quite quickly. The kobolds are quite weak.
How far away from us are they? 30 feet?
Well, we'd say that your place was at least a double movement, yeah. Because I think if you had it really close, it would, even though it's a coloured dome, I think it would be a bit pushing it.
I think double movement's fine.
I mean, I could get over there. Me and Tully could both use a key point to get over there in one turn and attack them without them being able to do anything.
I mean, it could...
Because we can do the step of the wind.
Tully has 1 key point.
Yeah, I don't know about burning the key points. What would be good? So they're either going to go down into the ground, or they're going to head towards the temple.
Should we make a noise and attract them over?
Yes, we could do that.
I
Lure.
may, in fact, have a spell I could use.
Oh! Someone's woken up!
I can put creatures to sleep.
Yay! Sleep spell, do it.
Is it a cantrip or a spell? I don't know if we want
It's a level 1 spell.
I don't know if we want to burn spells
Level
on
1
these
spell.
guys until they're
It's only level 1 and he's a wizard.
I think we should try and lure them over and see what we could get. It's dark out here. It's moonlight.
Always got to be your way, Methuselah.
Well, I just feel like
if Arik could do the that
We could-
spell,
actually, that's a good
then
point.
perhaps you, Methuselah, could do it as well, and then both of them will be put to sleep.
Oh no, I can do. I think I can do more than one. It says magical
Yeah.
creatures, not one.
Oh,
That's
But actually, on second thought, we could just throw a rock and make some noise, and maybe they'll go away.
But we don't want noise, so if we can make them fall asleep, that's the most peaceful, silent way.
Unless it fails, and then they notice.
And then he does a thorn whip.
And
Sorry.
He can whip people and pull them over. Get over here!
Oh,
yes.
I still quite like throwing the rock somewhere and making noise.
I know what we could do.
Well,
We could throw a rock, make the noise. I could put an illusion of a chest there. And then, while they're distracted by the chest, that's when we bonk them with your punches in the back.
Yes!
And then if it goes wrong, you two can prep a sleep spell. And if it does go wrong, you can hit them with the sleep spell.
Sounds like a good idea.
Figgle?
Wonderful.
See, she's taking the piss of you now.
Eric,
Glad I'm not married to her.
Eric, I mean, I know previously you said that you were considering our order. How do you feel your voice has been throughout your life? Are you susceptible
Would
to
you
a
prefer a
change?
voice like this, Aruk?
Sorry, what was that?
Well, I mean,
If you join the order, you have to take this voice. Would you be willing to take up a new voice?
it comes
Right.
with much power.
Oh,
I
much
mean,
power.
it's quite close already, isn't it?
No,
really?
not really.
No, it's more nasally.
It's less than a subtlety.
Oh.
Oh, that's not bad. We can work with that.
Try it.
Never had an orc member.
I suspect if you tried this when casting a spell, you might find it to your advantage.
I would heavily question joining their cult, to be honest. They
Yeah,
don't have a
I-
good retirement package.
I might think about this during our time
Eric,
together.
come over here. Let's have a meeting.
Let's do the thing with the kobolds.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I like you doing. Can we do the can we do the campaign? I mean, I know you get annoyed when we put it off track. Now you're trying to.
Okay, so where are we going to throw this stone? Let's try and throw it.
I think we might be throwing it next week.
Oh, will we now?
Yes.
That's going to be a long time, isn't it?
We might have to have a quick week's wait for this one.
Oh, okay, right. Well, warm up my throwing arm.
You warm up that throwing arm and think about how far those orcs can throw stuff, and you try and emulate that.
Well, I don't want to throw that far, but fine.
Well, in that sense, we will leave it until next week.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
I've had a lovely time.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.